Pirates of the Caribbean 6. What's going on there? We had Johnny Depp show up as Ebenezer, make a splash at Comic Con. People were super excited. So, what can you say about Pirates of the Caribbean 6? Are you talking to Johnny about coming back as Captain Jack? What's going on?
We're talking to Johnny. We're working on a screenplay, and hopefully we can get this done.
Did you just hear that? Jerry Bruckheimer, the man who helped turn a Disney theme park ride into a $4.5 billion global phenomenon, stood at D23 and said the words millions of fans have been waiting nearly a decade to hear. We're talking with Johnny, we're working on a screenplay, and hopefully we can get this done. Captain Jack Sparrow might actually be coming back, but hold up before you start planning your own pirate wedding or dusting off the Jack Sparrow costume. We need to talk about the full picture, because this isn't a done deal. It's talks. It's a screenplay in progress. And according to solid sources, Jack Sparrow may not even be the star of the next movie. What's really going on with Pirates of the Caribbean 6? Is Johnny Depp returning? Is Margot Robbie stepping into the lead? And after almost 10 years, is Disney finally ready to set sail again? Let's break it all down. Alright, let's start with the source of the fire. At D23, Disney's massive fan event producer Jerry Bruckheimer was asked about the long-gestating sixth Pirates film. His response was short, direct, and the most encouraging update we've gotten in years. We're talking with Johnny, we're working on a screenplay, and hopefully we can get this done. That's not vague, maybe someday language. That's active conversations with Johnny Depp and active work on a script. For a franchise that has been stuck in development hell since 2017's Dead Men Tell No Tales, this is huge. Bruckheimer has kept the door open for Depp for a long time. He's said in previous interviews that if the material is right, he believes Johnny would come back. Now he's confirming those talks are actually happening, and this is the important part, he stopped short of saying a deal is done. No contract signed. No official casting announcement. Just talks and a screenplay. We have to stay accurate here. This is promising, but it's not locked. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Separate from Bruckheimer's comments, solid sources told Deadline that the next Pirates movie is not going to be another pure Jack Sparrow adventure. Instead, the plan is for the film to center on a new female lead, widely reported to be Margot Robbie, with Captain Jack Sparrow appearing in a supporting role. Think of it as an evolution of the franchise rather than a straight continuation of the Jack-centric stories. This tracks with years of development. Margot Robbie has been linked to a female-led Pirates project since around 2020. There were reports of two different scripts at one point, one more of a reboot path and another tied to Robbie. Bruckheimer has previously confirmed she was still involved even when things seemed quiet. So the current vision appears to be new protagonist Robbie, familiar world, and Jack Sparrow returning as that chaotic, scene-stealing supporting force we all love, similar to how he functioned in the first film before becoming the clear center of the sequels. For a lot of fans, that actually sounds pretty exciting. Fresh blood plus the return of the icon. For others, well, some people only want Jack front and center. We'll get into the fan reaction later. Let's rewind for a second, because context matters. The last Pirates movie, Dead Men Tell No Tales, hit theaters in 2017. It made just under $796 million worldwide, the lowest of the 5 films, and a noticeable drop from the billion-dollar peaks of the earlier sequels. Still a solid number, but not the runaway success Disney and Bruckheimer were used to. After that, everything went quiet, then messy. There were reports of Deadpool writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick coming on board, then Craig Mazin and Ted Elliott. There was talk of a full reboot. There was the Margot Robbie project. There were public comments from Depp about the door being open, and from Bruckheimer about wanting him back if the script worked. Meanwhile, the original 5 films have pulled in over $4.5 billion at the global box office. That's not just a successful franchise, that's a cultural institution. Jack Sparrow is one of the most iconic characters of the 21st century. The theme park rides, the merch, the memes, the Halloween costumes. This thing has staying power. 9 years is a long time in Hollywood, but the hunger never really went away. Every time Bruckheimer drops a new comment, the internet lights up. And this D23 update feels different because it's the clearest we are actively working on this with Johnny statement we've gotten. Let's talk creative for a minute. If Jack is in a supporting role, what does that actually mean? In The Curse of the Black Pearl, Jack wasn't the pure protagonist. Will and Elizabeth carried a lot of the emotional weight. Jack was the wild card, the comic relief with depth, the guy who stole every scene he was in. A lot of fans still consider that the best balance the franchise ever struck, a new female lead, whether it's Margot Robbie or someone else, could give the story a fresh engine while letting Depp do what he does best, show up. Chaos ensues, and the audience loses its mind. It also potentially opens the door for other returning faces or new dynamics, without the pressure of carrying an entire multi-hundred-million-dollar movie solely on Jack's shoulders again, of course. None of this is locked. Scripts change, roles expand, deals fall through, but the reported direction feels like a smart evolution rather than a full soft reboot that ignores the past. I want to be crystal clear because the internet has a tendency to turn talks into confirmed. In about 12 seconds, Johnny Depp is in talks, a screenplay is being worked on, Bruckheimer is hopeful, sources say the focus is a new female lead with Jack supporting. That is all we actually know right now. No start date, no official casting, no trailer, no release window. Hollywood development is littered with projects that sounded hot and then quietly faded. So while this is the best news the Pirates fandom has had in a long time, we should temper the expectations just a little. That said, Bruckheimer doesn't usually throw out comments like this unless there's real movement. And at D23, in front of the Disney faithful, this feels intentional. Let's be real, a huge part of why this news hits so hard is pure nostalgia and love for the character. Johnny Depp created something special with Jack Sparrow. The drunken swagger, the eyeliner, the unexpected competence under the chaos. It became a cultural phenomenon. People quote the movies constantly. Kids who grew up with the first 3 films are now adults who would lose their minds seeing him back on the big screen. At the same time, the franchise has always been bigger than one character. The world, the mythology, the humor, the set pieces. There's room to grow. Bringing in a major star like Margot Robbie, if the reports hold, could inject new energy and new audiences while still delivering the Jack moments fans are desperate for. Some fans will say no Johnny, no pirates. Others will say as long as Jack is in it, I'm in. Both sides have valid feelings. The beauty of a supporting role is that it might actually satisfy a lot of both camps. So where do we go from here? We wait for more concrete updates. Ideally, a formal announcement that Depp is officially on board, more details on the story and the new lead, and eventually a director and a release target. In the meantime, the fact that Bruckheimer is publicly saying they're talking to Johnny and working on the script is the strongest signal we've had since 2017 that Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is a real priority again. Disney has a lot of franchise irons in the fire, but few have the pure global brand recognition of Pirates. Getting this right could be a massive win. Alright, Pirates? I need to hear from you. Do you want Johnny Depp back as Captain Jack Sparrow even if he's in a supporting role behind a new female lead? Or do you only want him if he's the main focus? And how do you feel about Margot Robbie potentially leading the next chapter? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments. I read as many as I can and I love seeing the debate. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, it really helps the channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next update the second it drops. And share this with your fellow Pirates fans who need to see the Bruckheimer clip. The rum might not be gone after all. We'll see you on the next one. Stay salty.